In this technology assignment for lesson 6 from unit 1, we want to calculate some values that we did in our lesson using technology, using Excel. We are going to look at number 6 and number 7 and number 8 from our lesson, working with Tommy and Gina, who would like to save some money, and they deposit $1,000 into their bank, an initial value of $1,000, and then they're saving $50 a month for a certain period of time. So we want to calculate this in Excel. We're going to do it first the long way, and then we're going to look at a shortcut using a formula and reference cell values. Here we are asked to start with an initial amount, an initial deposit of $1,000. In column A, we are going to find out the total after 10 years, and we're going to do it the long way. So every month for 10 years, a $50 deposit is made. So we know that a $50 deposit will be made every month. So after 1 year, we'll have made 12 deposits. So here's 12 deposits. And do you want to check that? We can highlight the boxes, and we see up at the top left, when we do that, it says 12 rows in one column. So that means that we've highlighted 12 rows. There's 12 $50. And we want to do this for 10 years. So if 12 represents 1 year of $50 deposits, then we know that we need 120 of these for 10 years. So 12 times 10. I'm just going to drag this down, and we're going to go all the way to 121, and that represents 10 years of $50 deposits. Now keep in mind the reason we're doing that is because in A1 we had our initial deposit, so we need to go 120 more cells after that with our $50 deposit for each month. Now we want to total up after all of this time, after all those years of making deposits. We're going to sum up, so we're going to hit equals sum. We're going to sum up all of the values in this column. So 1,000, the initial deposit, and then the 10 years of $50 deposits. So we have $7,000. So at the end of 10 years, Tommy and Gina will have $7,000. Now we want to do it a faster way. We want to write the formula in F2. So here's our F2. We want to write the formula that will calculate this in a faster way. So we're going to say equals, we're going to start our formula, and we are going to make this dynamic. In other words, we don't want to enter in any hard amounts. We want to use the cell references. So we want to say we're going to start out with an initial deposit, so I'm going to say whatever the initial deposit is, it's going to live here in cell D2. So we're going to say D2 plus, and it's a monthly deposit, and we're working with years. So we're going to say 12 times the monthly deposit times the number of years. So this is saying if I don't make any more deposits, my total will be $1,000. So let's play around with this. Let's say we have a $50 deposit per month, and we do this over a period of 10 years, which is what we just calculated. We end up with $7,000. We also see when we look back to our lesson for Tommy and Gina, we calculated for 20 years, $50 deposits for 20 years, and we had $13,000. So that's what we calculated for number 6 in our lesson. We also wanted to know how much money would be in the account after 20 years if we made a $75 monthly deposit. So I'm going to put in 75 and I'm going to hit enter. And the value that we came up with for number 8 in our lesson was $19,000. So we can see that this formula that we put into cell F2 is really nice because it's very dynamic. There's no hard and fast values. We can change the years, the initial deposit, and the monthly deposit to find our total. So let's say that we had changed our initial deposit to be $2,000. Then at the end of 20 years, we would have $20,000 in the bank.